back. You're watching the markets at noon on ET. Now, let's address the earnings of Welspun Enterprises that was released, and quite a good show. The net profit jumped to almost 30 odd crore rupees. Sandeep Garg, the MD and CEO, now joins us on the show. Mr. Garg, hi, good afternoon. And you know, this entire phase of unlocking is definitely being reflected as the recovery continues to kick in for Welspun Enterprises. How did the quarter shape up? What were the key highlights? If you could start by talking to us about that.
Good afternoon, Avane. It's been a good quarter after a challenge in the Q1. On a quarter FY20 to 21, a growth of 7% with the EBITDA of 14%. It is a good indicator that the industry is reviving, the progress is taking place. It is despite the COVID impact, despite the long monsoon period. So it is all auguring well. I think the next quarters are going to be far better. So this is something which is a clear signature that the government is taking initiative. The industry is trying to do whatever best it can in the given set of circumstances, and things will improve going forward.
What did you observe, Mr. Garg, in terms of, demand, in terms of macros? What sort of recovery did you see in Q2? And I'm assuming that you expect this to continue improving and outpacing in Q3 and Q4?
Yeah, I think in terms of our quarter on quarter, we are almost like 80% above the quarter Q1 to Q2. Despite the monsoon, but yes, I expect the government's initiatives of pushing the infrastructure to start yielding much better results in the Q3 and Q4, and much beyond that. Interesting is that the government has, despite all this, the NHI has ordered substantial work in last few months. And there is at least another 50,000 crores of orders in the pipeline, both in HAM and EPC space. 2/3 being HAM and 1/3 being EPC. So I think it's in terms of road, it is auguring well. We have also been able to put in a substantial bid on water in the Nal Se Jal scheme in UP. And we expect it's almost a 2,000 crore rupee bid that we have put in, and we expect much more to go in, about 5,000, 6,000 in next few months. So I think overall the scenario is very good. The workers have started coming back to site. Almost 80% of the workers are back at site. The supply chains have geared up to deal with the current situation. So I think yes, all in all, I expect much better results going forward.
Right. So what do you think are the triggers of opening up? How are you seeing things when it actually is opening up? Do you think the demand is normal, demand is lesser, or demand will get back to normalcy?
So if we need to look at it from a different perspective. If we look at the traffic on toll roads and toll booths, practically most of the places it's come to about 80 to 90%. The traffic is back on road, so people are moving, the goods are moving, the demand is picking up, the manufacturing is picking up. So I think all in all, there is a positive sign in the industry. Government is pushing for infrastructure because that's the one way to revive both the GDP and the employment. I think the water schemes of Nal Se Jal, which are micro schemes all over the villages of supplying the water, is going to be a game changer. I believe that with the 100% in certain cases to 50% support from the center, there is going to be enough funding for these projects. And it goes to the grassroots of the villages where the local employment is going to be generated, the water is going to be much better, the health is going to be better, and effectively the whole ecosystem of distribution of wealth and upliftment of quality of life will take place. The disposable incomes will increase in the villages, which will augur well for the whole industry and the GDP growth. So that's what my views are, and I think these are steps in the right direction, and there's true earnest in pushing these.
Taking our time for us always to get perspective. That would complete
One investment avenue which has been gaining popularity over the last couple of years